Hi there, Anjali. Nice to see that you've written an essay for us. Let's see what you wrote here, shall we? So the topic is people throw away old things, and you say adopt here new things. Okay. Do the disadvantages of the throwaway society outweigh any possible economic advantages? Very interesting question. Let's see what you said. It is human nature that we always seek novelty. Full stop. Sometimes, you know what? I think the problem is with the word novelty. You don't mean novelty. I think you mean just new things, new purchases, new acquisitions. Novelty is just in general new things, but new things like new experiences, new people, new places, okay? So this is definitely the wrong word here. Let's try it again with new acquisitions and see if it works. So it is general human nature that we always seek new acquisitions. Sometimes, full stop, sometimes the need is genuine. However, many times we only succumb to temptation. All right, so I'm giving you some collocations here that are used with some of these words. Although people of this mentality always suffer away from ethics and moral values, I don't know what that means. What does it mean to suffer away from these things? Now another thing is you can't use although like this. Whenever you have although and you have a clause with although, you also have to have something that shows contrast. You don't have that here because both of these are negatives. So let's try it differently. However, people of this mentality always suffer from ethics and moral values, and this is also hazardous for our environment. Okay? Like I said, I didn't understand sections of this sentence. That's I'll leave it to you to correct it and make it a little clearer. In my opinion, the disadvantages of a throwaway society are, no, let's try it again. Disadvantages of a throwaway society outweigh its perceived and hypothetical advantages. So wrong spelling, and then some wrong grammar there as well. All right, so let's move on to the body paragraph. Now, here's something that concerns me. You left a space here between your introduction and your body paragraphs, but then you didn't leave any other spaces. So an examiner would probably look at this and say, oh, okay, this candidate only wrote a paragraph, an essay with 2 paragraphs, and that's going to cost you in terms of your task, in terms of your coherence and cohesion, because they need to know, particularly in task 2, that you understand paragraphing. And since you showed us here that this is a new paragraph and you left that line break between, you should have done it in your following paragraphs as well. Okay? Keep that in mind and always leave a blank line between your paragraphs. So, moving on. Today's throwaway, one word without the N, has generated numerous problems. Firstly, many times we adopt new things to satisfy our never-ending craze. All right, too many commas. What is going on here? So, firstly, okay, full stop, new sentence, and then full stop. Victims of this mentality have become more materialistic, comma, thus we earn more to buy more. New sentence, capital letter. Therefore, they may move away from ethics and social setups. I don't know what a setup is, which is a big loss of today's world, okay, with an apostrophe, not a comma. Secondly, a throwaway society also generates a collection of waste. Full stop. New sentence. To manage this, I don't think you mean dump, you mean something else, is a headache for today's government. This dump leads to a rise in pollution. Dump is definitely the wrong word here. Okay, so find another word to replace it. This waste, maybe you mean waste. Full stop. Furthermore, many thrown away articles, all right, I'll be okay with thrown away articles, are non-biodegradable, which may affect our with an A, our ecosystem. To illustrate this, many countries have been dumping such tonnage in the sea, which has, okay, what's going on here? Comma, which has far adverse effects with an S on the marine life. Thus, it has a negative effect on one's personal life and our environment. New paragraph here. On the other hand, lowercase s, some economists support its perceived advantages. Get rid of the OS. Full stop, capital T. They believe that A, throw away society, get rid of the N, helps S in the growth of manufacturing and technological industries, which get rid of results, which leads to a rise in employment opportunities. Capital M. Moreover, adoption of new things always helps, with an S, us to improve the standard of living. Okay, that's a really short paragraph. If that's one paragraph, it needed more extension, 100%. Conclusively, it is true, this is obviously a new paragraph. Conclusively, it is true that throwaway societies are gaining popularity despite having personal and environmental loss. Okay, capital A as a contradiction of sorts. It is hardship that ultimately makes the experience, no D, of throwaway society. No. Makes the experience of throwaway. No. Let's try it again. As a contradiction of sorts, it is this hardship that ultimately makes throwaway societies have more demerits than their perceived merits. Okay, so as you can see, I really struggled with a lot of this grammar. It was difficult to read. There were a lot of challenges. There were a lot of areas that were unclear and that I had to rewrite, and your punctuation was completely wrong. You kept writing commas when you meant to write full stops and vice versa. There weren't appropriate capital letters, so some of this might seem like it's just details, but I assure you it's not. It's really part of your grammar score, so you have to pay a little more mind to that. Also, your paragraphing was inaccurate. You should have had 4 paragraphs here. You only had 2, so you didn't separate your paragraphs appropriately. I also felt like a lot of this was underdeveloped. For example, this here, you have 2 little lines to talk about the advantages of a throwaway society. That's just not enough. And furthermore, there's another problem. The order of your paragraphs is wrong. If you believe that the disadvantages are greater, then the disadvantages need to come last. Okay. First you talk about the side that you disagree with, and then you talk about the side that you agree with. So quite a few things here need some work, okay, Anjali? So I would really advise you to sign up to the online course. I think it's got a lot of structure and a lot of information that will help you to overcome some of the issues in your writing. Do look into it as an option. I hope you will, and I hope I get to see more of your essays very soon. Good luck.